Welcome back to the Man United stream. In today's show, we're talking about Ten Hag and how he's going to survive through to the end of this season. Will he be able to make it through? Will he not? We'll be discussing that and more in today's show, so make sure you hit the like button on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel to keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and opinions in one single dose. So since the midweek loss against Galatasaray in the Champions League, the pressure on Ten Hag has been enormous and everyone's been waiting around to see what the Manchester United board decide on Ten Hag's future. Now we are getting rumours from within the board that Ten Hag does have the backing of most of the board, and most of the board will wait and see what happens in the games coming now. And we're hearing that even if Ten Hag goes and loses these games that are coming up, they will still not sack Ten Hag. Now we hear this kind of statement coming out of many boards before they actually get rid of a manager. So it's never a guarantee that the manager will not be sacked or will not be going anywhere. It's just a line, a statement that all boards put out there backing their manager, but realistically we all know it's down to results, and we all know that the Glazers only care about getting Champions League football. And if the board feel that Manchester United might end up missing out on that top 4 finish, they might make that decision of replacing Ten Hag. We feel that getting rid of Erik Ten Hag right now would be the worst decision ever for Manchester United and the board. They cannot afford to lose another manager, a manager who's shown a lot of potential. He's a very good manager. He's brought in a lot of discipline to this team and shown improvements. Yes, we've struggled this season, but that is down to a lot of injuries that he's got, and he's trying to change the player style and it's not working because he hasn't got the players to do that. Right now, we need to be careful as to what we do and how we proceed with this manager. We need to give him time. We need to give him the players to go ahead and do that. The other reason why I feel that the Glazers will not want to rock the boat and get rid of the manager is because they're under immense pressure right now with the takeover. So they do not want to highlight even more problems that are occurring at Manchester United. In fact, they probably use Ten Hag as their scapegoat. Right now, all the fans are focusing on what Ten Hag is doing and focusing on how he's not managing the club properly and not getting us the wins. So most fans are completely not focused on the takeover and what's going on there. Why have the Glazers not sold? Why are they still in charge? Why are they still calling all the shots? We're hearing rumours that they're now going to appoint a director of football also. Who's making these decisions and why? Why, if the Glazers are looking to sell the club, are they making these decisions on employing more people at the club? It does not make sense and it does not bode well for the takeover. Drop your comments below. Let us know what you think of Erik Ten Hag. Should Manchester United keep Ten Hag or should they be looking to get rid of him? We feel he is the perfect man for the job and he's a great manager and he is going to be successful. He just needs more time. We just need to give our managers more time. It's never been about the manager. We've seen this because we've got rid of several managers in a short span of time and it hasn't changed the performances on the pitch. Managers have come in. Yes, there's been a bounce back performance by the players, but nothing long term has changed with this team, and we need to think long term. We need to see why there's problems. Now, we've always said this to you, that we feel that it's the ownership that's the problem and the standards set by the owners, and they're not being followed through by the team and by the managers. Now, if we had a decent set of owners who brought in the right people to manage the club properly and footballing people, we feel that the club would be successful. They'd bring in better players, they'd scout better players, and they'd do a better job. Hit the comments below, let us know your opinion on what's going on at Manchester United and what you think should be done to get out of this slump. Man United's next game is on Saturday afternoon, 3 PM kickoff against Brentford. Now, this is not going to be an easy game. Brentford are a solid team and not easy to break down, so Manchester United will struggle against them. So we need to already be preparing for Brentford and making sure that the players know exactly what they're doing and what style of football they will be playing against Brentford. It's an absolute must-win game for Ten Hag, and he needs to win this game to get the pressure off him and the players and focus on something else. We need to start winning. He needs to start winning. The players need to start winning, and we need to start ticking. But what we have seen with Manchester United this season is that there's such thin lines between success and failure. The chances that they get, they need to put them away. to get any kind of result against any team. You cannot keep on missing chances. We saw that against Galatasaray, the amount of mistakes that they were making, the unforced errors that they were making, and the chances that they were not taking. The Rashford one being a prime example of the chances that they're not burying. And whether that's Rashford's confidence, whether it's Bruno Fernandes, or whether it's other players settling into the club, we need them to start taking these chances and start forcing the results in their favour. Now finally turning our attention to the takeover circus that's going on at Manchester United. Yes, we're hearing that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is preparing a new bid to go into the Glazers, a new minority stake for Manchester United, that he wants a 25% stake within the club and wants the Glazers to stay and run the club as they're already doing. This is horrendous news for most Manchester United fans. We do not want the Glazers at the club, and we certainly do not want a cash injection for the Glazers to stay at the club. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, someone who calls himself a Manchester United fan, is doing exactly what the fans would not want at the club. We do not want the Glazers to stay, and we certainly do not want Sir Jim Ratcliffe to come ahead and give him £1.5 billion to stay at the club. That is a massive no-no, and we want someone else to come in, someone like Sheikh Yassim, and buy the club in its entirety. We really do hope that Sheikh Yassim is keeping a close eye on what Sir Jim Ratcliffe is doing and the Glazers, and then comes in at a final hour and gets it done and gets a deal over the line by making a bid that's acceptable to the Glazers. Let us know your comments below. Who would you prefer as an owner? Is it Sheikh Yassim or is it Sir Jim Ratcliffe? And let us know why you'd prefer these owners. Do you believe that Sheikh Yassim is going to put a lot of investment into the club? Do you think he's going to do anything different to the Glazers? And what do you think about Sir Jim Ratcliffe letting the Glazers stay on? Are you happy with that? And do you believe that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has a master plan in his head to finally take over Manchester United bit by bit? Make sure you hit that like button on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You are watching the Man United Streamer channel by the fans for the fans.